Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. As you know, I am traveling today and tomorrow, so I do not have my normal studio tools. But let's get into it. Immutable, launches the main quest using their zkEVM. So I have high hopes for that because their zkEVM implementation is kind of huge. Remember, that's on Polygon. Something else that's going on. Did you know that I know I've spoken about this before, but did you know that Hong Kong did approve the Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs? That's not the news. The big news is that starts on Tuesday, April 30th. So that's a day that you should mark in your calendars if you want to see what kind of spikes we get from those new launches. Remember, there are 5. What else is going on? Stripe re-enters the crypto space doing what? Launching USDC for their merchants using Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana. That's huge news. Again, more positive catalysts for what's going on in the crypto space and beyond. You're starting to see that mix between the two spaces, and we should be paying really big attention to that because as those two spaces continue together, that's when you're going to see that upward momentum, right? Because there's going to be more demand. Most people don't understand, and most people don't pay attention to what demand is and what can strike that demand. Launching a new game, launching new services. Stripe is huge. It dwarfs PayPal. Okay? So them re-entering the cryptoverse is a very big deal. And we should be sitting there saying, you know what? Kind of happy about that. What else is going on? Well, if you live in New York, you're about to get great news. And what's that great news? That great news is that Robinhood is introducing Shiba Inu into the New York market. Now, if you're on Coinbase, I believe you already have access to it, but Robinhood doing it is a very big deal because Robinhood is late to the game on a lot of different things. Shiba Inu being one of them, but I'm expecting a beautiful spike from Shiba Inu. Why? Because they're being listed, and they're being listed in New York as well. People don't realize this, but New York kind of has a lot of people that are interested in crypto. What else is going on? Did you know that Upbit, let's start with the other piece of news. In South Korea, the world, the South Korean fiat outpaces the dollar in the use of crypto, in crypto transactions. And what else is, Upbit is the Coinbase of South Korea. Some might say that South Korea might be a bigger market, a hidden gem with regard to the crypto space. Looking at that, I'm saying to myself, well, Upbit is, the platform to be on if you're in South Korea. And it sounds like they've got about 80% of the market share over there. That's huge, huge. That also says that there is a big demand for crypto on a global scale. Again, when I bring you stories, what I'm looking for you to do is start connecting the dots with what you're interested in. So this story has something to do with Polygon. This story has something to do with Polygon zkEVM. And you start connecting the dots and you start to realize, wow, Polygon's been quiet, but not so quiet. That's why I tell you, connect the dots, do your own research, and see what the news tells you, especially when it comes to the rhythm. And I do this all the time when it comes to the rhythm of meme coins. Also, did you know that Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z, is not a fan? They are not a fan of, meme coins because they think that meme coins cast a little bit of a shadow on the crypto space because meme coins don't adhere to the same rules and regulations that a real crypto coin actually has to adhere to because it's just a joke. It's just a name. They also say that creating a new coin in the United States is very difficult. You might want to rethink that. Wow. So I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, wow, they're literally telling startups that might be interested in getting involved in creating a crypto that the United States might not be the best place for you. I want you to really take that in because of everything that the SEC is doing, everything the FBI is doing, Department of Justice. Just take a look at all of the things that are working against crypto. And when you think about that, you have to say to yourself, well, wow, they really are chasing business. They are literally chasing business out of the country. Telling people that, hey, if you use Tornado Cash, if you use, Samurai Wallet, if you use anything like those, that, hey, that's on you. Say what now? Say what now? That's what I mean. And so you have Andreessen Horowitz saying, hey, yeah, just saying, it might be tough. It might be tough. Not only do we not like memes, but if you're trying to do a real coin, might be tough doing it here in the United States. So does that mean that they're going to take their, billions of dollars and then, continue investing in crypto, but are they going to be looking out of country to do so? That is the message that I'm receiving. So I want you guys to pay attention to what's going on out there so that you're well aware of how things work and what things are doing. All right? Because it can affect your bag. And what we're here for is to grow our bags. So I try to bring you the good news, the bad news, and my take on those facts. All right? What else is there? Moody's. Let me skip over to my notes. I only have one screen, so I'm flipping between screens. Moody's report highlights BSV's role in tokenization beyond finance for unlocking full potential. Now, I want you to stop and think about this. What they're really saying is, wow, there's a lot going on. Pantera Capital is opening up a tokenization platform. They just have a lot of companies out there that are doing tokenization or beginning to create tokenization, right? Pantera Capital's got a whole fund dedicated to tokenization. I think it's $380 million, something like that. You have another company, you have Tether. Tether opening up their tokenization platform. These are really big things as you start to think about, well, what's going to drive, adoption? What's going to drive usage? These are the things that create that foundation upon which people adopt, use, leverage, grow in the crypto space. So when I look at all of these tiny little things, the first thing that comes to mind is, okay, what technologies are the popular technologies for doing this? We heard the other day that one company is using Hedera Hashgraph. That is great news. Then you're looking at Polygon being involved. You're looking at so many different things. And then what else am I looking at? I'm looking at how, not necessarily together, right? Not necessarily together, but I'm looking at how banks are redefining what a bank is, right? Because when you look at crypto, you sit back and you kind of go, well, I can do a lot of the things that I can do using crypto services versus a bank's services, especially when it comes to saving my money, growing my money, all that kind of thing. Bank is going to give me 0.0 blah, blah, blah of interest. Crypto can give me 5-10% in a day, depending on how I use my money. I can staking my crypto. Listen to this. Staking my crypto can give me more of a return. Even liquid staking my crypto can give me more of a return on a year-to-year basis than putting my money in a bank. So why would I put my money in the bank? And I'm still liquid. I can still yank my crypto and go use it for whatever it is I want to go do. That's a very big deal. That's a very big deal. So when you think about how you can leverage your crypto and what you can do with fiat in a bank, you start to realize, oh, wait a minute. So I own stocks. So if I want to get my money out of stocks, well, first I've got to go and move my stock to someplace where I can sell it. And then, if it's not already there, and then I've got to sell my stock for the best price. I might have to wait for an inflection point, whatever it is, and then I sell my stock. And I make it sound a little convoluted, and it can be, right? And it can be the same for crypto, but crypto moves faster than stocks, bonds, options, etc., etc., etc. So when I look at all these things, I sit back and I kind of go, well, Immutable X is out there doing things. Hong Kong has 5, ETFs that are coming out, Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. I think it's 5 companies that filed for both. So 10 in effect, right? Is that going to move the market? Yeah, I think it's going to have an effect on the market because what they're saying is, oh, hey, we want some of that Bitcoin too. Oh, hey, we want some of that Ethereum too. We want to make that available to our investors. The only question I have in that situation is going to be, who are the investors, right? Because China is not a fan of crypto. Still, so far, Hong Kong is being left to do things on their own a little bit here and there, but it's still China. Hong Kong is still China. Let's not get it twisted, right? But Hong Kong is going to allow others to get involved in those cryptos and those ETFs rather. So I'm wondering what kind of effect that's going to have, right? What kind of demand is going to be there? Now, if China allows certain entities to put money, China's got big money. The country might not have big money, but there are people there that have really big money, and they've been trying to find a way to get their money out of China for years, and it hasn't happened. They're only allowed to move a certain amount of money out of the country, right? They're allowed to take this percentage and move it out if they want. And every year, once a year, everybody claps their hands because they get to move some of their money out. Because that's why they stay in China, because that's where their money is. See what I mean? So when I look at crypto and I look at that adoption, I look at infrastructure, I look at the underlying foundation that's going to hold up adoption. These are all the things that I pay attention to in a major fashion. And I think you should too. All right. Anyway, I am traveling. I'm actually in Washington, D.C. today, staying at a wonderful hotel. It's actually a part of the historic hotel, American Historic Hotels listing. It's just gorgeous to know that I'm staying in a building that was built in 1918. It's still the original. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. And it's part of a whole company that does the same thing. Normally right now I would get into the numbers and all that good stuff. But like I said, I don't have my normal tools where it's easy for me to flip back and forth. I don't have that. So with that, I'm going to say have a great day. I doubt that I'm going to do a story tonight, but I will probably do a mashup tomorrow if I have time. But I'll definitely be back on Sunday with the Sunday Roundup. You know what I'd like to know? Let me know if you want the Sunday Roundup to continue being alive. I kind of enjoy it. I kind of had a lot of people hop on. It was a good conversation. I want to see if we can keep that going. So let me know if you like that. All right. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I really hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, drop me a thanks, send me a super. It's greatly appreciated. Helps me keep going with everything that we do here, as well as if you have critiques that can make it look better for you guys, let me know that too. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.